Hey everybody, William Wallace here. Thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. Today, I'm interviewing State Representative Marcus Bryant. Marcus, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
What is your district number so we can let everybody know how to find you on the legis.la gov site?
96.
96.
Yes.
And what I always like to ask reps is, where is 96 anyway? Where is your district?
It's a long district. It's a long, narrow district. It starts at New Iberia Senior High, about a half mile behind it, and then it travels all the way through the city limits of Iberia. It goes around to the base, the airport base in New Iberia. Then it comes around to what we call Highway 31,
Okay.
which is the main drag that connects New Iberia to a beautiful town called St. Martinville, Louisiana. And I go all the way through St. Martinville, Louisiana, through Parks, Louisiana, through Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, and I end up at this famous boudin place called Poche's.
So you kind of border up in like Julie Emerson's district?
No.
And
I border up with Mike Huval,
okay.
Bo Boye,
Okay.
Blake Neal.
Oh yeah, you're further west. I got
Yes,
you.
sir.
I got you further west. I got you.
There's another district between me, Representative Vincent Pierre.
Okay.
Would probably be on the borders of Emerson.
Okay.
Julie Emerson, right.
I always try to connect people with other reps when I do these
Right.
districts because people always give their maps and it kind of gives
That's right.
a place to see there.
Yeah.
So
Mike Pete Hival is on my right side, Bo Boye is on my left side, and they circle me.
I got you.
Right.
It's a great area down there in that southern
Yes,
part of
it's-
Louisiana.
It is.
So talk to me a little bit about what your background is. What did you do before you became a state rep, or actually, what do you do as what do you still do as a
Right
state
now,
rep?
I am a father of three first.
Okay.
Right. And I also have a law practice.
Okay.
Right. Well, I generate revenue for my family.
Okay.
Yep. I do catastrophic injury families. I repair families, get them back to as normal as possible.
Make them whole again.
Right. Make them whole again when they're involved in crashes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, it tells me that not only do you have two unique qualities,
Right.
because you're one, an attorney, so you know the law,
Yes.
and two, being somebody that takes care of people already,
Right.
you have that unique concern for
Right.
people. I
Trying
say
to
unique
help
because everybody has that concern that's here
Right.
serving people, but
Right.
at least we know that that's on your mind.
Every day for
Yeah.
the last, I guess, about 16 years.
Well, why did you run for office anyway?
My rep, who was a great rep, and he had been a community servant forever. He was a colonel of state police, then he became a state rep, and he had did it for 8 years, and it was starting to kind of take a toll on him.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of years before he decided to retire, he said he would retire if I would consider looking at the position.
Okay.
Right, and come and do some things to help people in Baton Rouge.
That says a lot about someone who's an elected official who trusted you or saw you as somebody that could, do a good job, and trusted you.
Right.
To come to you with that.
Yes.
That
So
says a lot.
It was a very humbling and grateful opportunity.
I like that.
Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about, this is a fiscal session.
It is.
What are your concerns for Louisiana? I mean, everybody has a fiscal concern, but what is your concern about Louisiana, whatever pertains to our fiscal needs?
Well, I sit on Ways and Means. So we're dealing with all of the fiscal issues on Ways and Means. So everything that comes to Ways and Means right now is we're trying to do what you call revenue neutral.
Okay.
It doesn't cause any more taxes on people, on working people, and it doesn't create any more burdens on working people.
Okay.
So everything we do in Ways and Means deals with bringing infrastructure, bringing business, being attractive, trying to make Louisiana as sexy as possible.
I like that.
And making it easy for businesses to operate here.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then my goal, being a minority in a minority district, I have to fight to make sure all of those initiatives have something in them for middle class to lower class working families.
Mm-hmm. Right.
To make sure that they have their the things they need to thrive.
And what it sounds like to me is that not only are you focusing on that group of people
Right.
in your district, but
people.
all people.
Right.
Well, you're focusing on all people, but you have you're lending your ear to them, to people who don't normally have a voice,
Right.
which helps everybody in the whole state.
Right.
And it in particular represents people like that in all parts of the state.
Yeah.
And we need that. We need that in our state.
We are a poor state.
Yeah.
We're maybe ranked 48th or 49th in when dealing with poverty.
Poverty, yeah.
Right. So if nobody's fighting, and to help and make sure that there are initiatives from our middle class citizens, our teachers, our workers, our people that make the state run every day, then I don't need to be here.
Yeah, somebody's got to look out
Somebody
for
got to
them.
look out for them.
Yeah, and I think that everybody that I've talked to on my show,
Right.
everybody has some degree of concern for people,
Right.
Whatever group or
Right.
whatever class, but we always need somebody championing for that, and that's good to know that's on your mindset.
Yeah.
Well, what concerns you most about Louisiana right now, when it comes to fiscal matters in this legislative session?
Fiscally, we're trying to do and create a centralized sales tax system.
Okay.
So if you create a centralized sales tax system, all of the internet sales, all of the different other ways you can tax sales comes into play.
Okay.
Versus each parish or each entity throughout the state having to do their own individual taxes.
Okay.
So that should generate more revenue. And when you get more revenue coming to your state, you can deal with trying to understand early childhood education, trying to fully fund it and get the next generation of kids and fully fund teacher raises and become competitive in education.
I love hearing that.
So it's all about creating revenue to better the things that we show to be a huge deficit in. And you can't have a state to go and climb and become stronger if the kids aren't getting stronger.
Right.
If the education system is not becoming stronger and more effective.
Exactly.
It starts there, right?
I like that.
Right.
That's the other thing. It's like it's a multifaceted thing.
Right.
Because not only do you have to worry about individuals and how the laws affect them,
Right.
and worry about taxes and how it affects them, and bringing in and helping families keep more of their money, but we got to think about our future generations and during our education system.
Right,
It says a
because
lot
they're
about
the
it.
future. So if every 10 years is a generation of kids that we want to uphold and keep the things that we put together running and efficient and make them better, then we have to create beautiful children, creative kids, and smart kids that are going to thrive and keep Louisiana moving.
What legislation do you have going through the session right now that's still open?
I did a bunch of stuff. I try to be multifaceted with legislation. So I did education. I did a bill with Bo Boye to increase a credit that allows private persons to take $5,000 of their taxes that they owe and put them into a system and pay for a kid who couldn't go to private school to go to private school if that's his choice.
Oh, wow.
I did an oil and gas bill with Jean-Paul Cousin to try to incentivize the oil and gas industry in my area to go into old wells and try to open them up and get them restarted. And I did a plethora of criminal justice. I did an actual innocence bill that increases the factors for which a person can show that they're innocent when they have been found proven when they were found guilty, when other evidence comes along or other testimony comes along that shows that they actually did not do it or weren't even there.
Right.
Right. So I have a bunch of criminal justice stuff, and I just tried to show. We only got 5 bills.
Yeah.
So I
5 non-fiscal bills, right?
Non-fiscal bills. So I created the Mike Foster Highway, right, with Benny St. Blanc and Senator Allen, so that St. Mary could have their highway named after their governor.
Yeah.
Right.
See, it's a lot of these things that people don't realize that has to go through legislation.
Right.
And sometimes people might think, well, that's not necessary or that's not important. but when it's important to the people of that area,
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
It not only helps build the morale for people
Right.
in that area, in one way or the other, but it helps build a camaraderie amongst our state because the legislators are working together
That's right.
to create these things, and so it really helps build camaraderie throughout the whole state when you hear about this types of legislation. And these are the things that go under the radar that I love when I talk to people like you about, because it gets it out there for people to know about.
Right.
And so is there any other legislation that's going on out you think that's important that's not yours that's going to be coming up?
Well, no, because we got most of the bills are gone.
Most of them are
Most
gone.
of them are on the Senate side.
On the Senate side.
Either being worked on or coming back to the House to be finished up.
I got you.
Yeah. So most of the really critical bills have at least went through one House.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Is there anything else? It's funny sometimes people have unique little stories. I've had a couple state reps that have had some really good stories that are, they don't tell secrets about each other. I got to tell you though.
Right. No, just praying that our people get their vaccines, people get back to work, start trying to find them a nice job that they want to go back to, so that when the money terminates from unemployment, that they're not stuck without a job.
Yeah.
Right. So
That's important. Just what you just now said
Right.
is actually some of the most important things that people can hear.
Right.
Because when they hear it from somebody who's up here working for people.
Right. That's right.
Then it kind of motivates them to know that at least y'all are thinking about them.
We are. Yes.
Well, Representative Marcus Bryant, I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, bro.
I thank you very much. And I appreciate your time. And like I said, if y'all want to know more about Marcus Bryant, do you have a Facebook page or anything like that?
I do. Marcus Bryant.
Okay. I'll put your public page, we'll say.
District 96, maybe. I created one to run for office, so it'll be my Marcus Bryant, state representative, maybe, or district.
I'll give the secret. Usually, if you put LA rep, LA state rep, and the name, their Facebook page will come up for their public page, and you can check out what they're doing on there. And you can also go to legis.la.gov and check things out. And again, share this video, share the podcast, because I'm also on a podcast at William Wallace for America. And again, look into what they're doing up here, because as much as people like to joke around, I've watched for myself and I see how hard they're working. As a matter of fact, it's late right now. It's the doors are closed back there because it's closed up for the night. It's after 6 o'clock, and we're still here, and he's still here, finishing up some work. Thank you all very much, and have a great day.